Hello, you are listening to Cali Chats, a healthy living podcast with a goal of helping you find true happiness within your mind, body, and soul. I'm Jessie Cali, and it is time to get real. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cali Chats. So, full disclosure, I had a whole other episode planned and executed for today. But as is life, things are ever changing. Don't worry, that episode isn't lost, and it will definitely come back into the mix at some point. But today I just had this overwhelming feeling that we had to dive into this topic today. A topic about you. You heard me, you. The most you-iest you that there is. You know, the you that you were meant to be. Have you ever had one of those moments where your emotions just take over your entire being? A moment where you just need to be real with the person you should always be closest to. You know, you. I had that feeling. Yesterday, I was showering the airport stink off of me after Eric and I finally made it home to Memphis after 2 failed attempts to come home from New York. Like I said earlier, life is always going to keep changing. It's going to keep throwing things your way all the time, and life always will come with new challenges. This month's challenge for me and for Eric was a snowstorm there in New York and an ice storm here in Memphis. Both of those happened about a week apart, so we had one flight that was completely canceled from New York because of the snow, and then our next flight we had scheduled to get back was canceled because Memphis was covered in ice. I don't know how life just happens like that sometimes, but it does. And to be honest, it's all about the way that you roll with it and react to it. That is what matters when life throws challenges your way. I had the best time in New York visiting with Eric's family, and I was even more blessed that we got more time than expected. You can't ask for a more perfect situation. But even with that, I was so overwhelmed when I got home. It's natural to feel overwhelmed. It's always important to remember when you don't get time for you, you're doing a great disservice to yourself. There I was, standing in the shower, and it hit me. This was the first time that I felt truly alone and free to just be in my own thoughts for as long and as emotionally as I needed. First time. In weeks. It's not like I wasn't given ample opportunity and privacy and alone time while I was traveling, but I wasn't giving myself time to even feel or think about anything other than our current situation. Our right in the moment life events. I could have taken many moments to go out on my own and take time for me, but I didn't. And that is a me issue. Naturally, when I'm visiting with people, I don't even mean to do it. I guess it may just be a taught or innate action. I'm not sure. But I am always trying to make sure that I am being the utmost best, that I am not a burden on anyone else, and that I'm just trying my hardest to be, the most premium house guest. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. There's no way in a house other than my own that I'd take this long of a shower, this long to be in my feelings. It would just be rude. That's how I would feel. I would feel so rude doing that. I think it's normal for all of us to put others ahead of ourselves, especially when we're traveling and visiting with others, because they're giving us hospitality and love. So we do so in return. There's no problem with that at all. None. But when it's back-to-back life events and travels nonstop, you can really lose sight of you. That's why you always have to make time for you, no matter the circumstances. But it's tough. And that's something I super struggle with. I am a born natural people pleaser, so I can forget to think about me and my own needs pretty often. I do this until it all hits me in one big ball of emotions. The big old ball of emotions. But seriously, that's what happens to me. I will be fine, or at least I pretend I'm fine. And then one big ball of emotion hits me. And, this time it was in the shower. Funny enough, Eric had just randomly said to me as I was leaving the bedroom, I was off to the shower, and he goes, "Be careful, babe. Don't slip. I love you." I'm over here like, don't slip. What you talking about? I respond. I'm like, yeah, okay. Love you. Because I do. I love him. But this isn't a normal statement from him to tell me not to slip. I am not particularly a clumsy human. So I just chalked it up to us both being super delirious after over 24 hours of no sleep and a day of travel. I figured he was just like, don't slip. We've been awake for many, many moons. Anyway, he's probably listening to this now going, I said that? Because yeah, he was half asleep. Anyway, when the emotions hit me, I joke you not, I found myself on the ground in the shower with a few tears streaming down my face. If that wasn't the most Avril Lavigne, emo walking in the rain kind of moments, I do not know what is. All jokes aside, it wasn't that I slipped, but more that I fell to my knees. Emotions took control of me. I sat down, I hugged my knees close, and I let the shower rain down over me. I let all of my emotions fall over me in that moment. The thing was, I wasn't even sad. You know those times you cry and you're not even sad? Like you just don't know what it is? Even with the tears falling down my face, I wasn't sad. I had just had a great couple of weeks of travel, and now I was home. There's nothing to be sad about. I was just overwhelmed. And as I'm processing all of this, a couple of thoughts ran through my head. How are you doing? Where are you at right now? Do you even remember who you are? I just started crying, I was recently challenged in therapy to be more mindful, to be more in the moment, to breathe through my feelings and to take time to appreciate and feel what I'm actually feeling, to be aware and non-judgmental and kind. So I took some deep breaths. At that moment, I kept thinking about how I have spent the majority of my life weighing my self-worth with all the wrong things. Needing to be liked. My job status, my love life, my weight, my money, my looks, you name it, I weighed my self-worth with it. My need to please others and be the person everyone needs me to be, it's a double-edged sword. It's a weapon I have to be consistently aware of. One I have to combat and challenge whenever it resurfaces. And that's because you don't just practice acts of self-worth and self-love for a few months or even a year and expect to be the picture-perfect and most aligned happy human on this earth. It just doesn't work that way. The battle to becoming enough for you and your own self is a battle that will continue to have ups, to have downs, one you will lose, one you will win. But it will be one that you will continue to keep fighting. One that you will need to keep fighting. And you have to be consistent. You have to keep yourself consistent. And you have to keep checking in on you. Don't ever lose sight of you, the most you-iest you there is. I find that when I am continually checking in with myself, practicing self-love through gratitude, awareness, accountability, exercise, behavior, all of it, I find that I am winning that battle. I am at my best when I am closest to me, when I know me, and when I am consciously and continually trying every day to be the most me that there is. And that is when I am my most happy, when I am in my most perfectly imperfect alignment. When my soul and my spiritual side meets my physical and health side, that meets my mental and emotional side, it all comes together. But listen, I do fall. You can fall. I can fall. You just have to get back up. So as I laid there, hugging my knees and working through all of these feelings, I refound myself again. Just like I continue to refine myself every single day. I'm not going to lie, I am not where I want to be health-wise right now. I have fallen a bit within my physical health, and I've known that I need to get back at that. I talked to you guys about it. I am not no liar. I'm not no liar. What is that? Like a triple negative? Whatever. But no, I'm not going to ever lie to you guys about where I'm at in my health, because it's important for you to know that everyone falls. We are all capable of it. And you just got to pick yourself back up. My mental health has been lacking too, and I haven't been giving myself enough time to work through it. But now I am taking steps to get back there. Through therapy, through exercise, gratitude, faith, all of it. I'm making the effort to get back to me, because you should never lose sight of you. I brace myself because standing back up in a shower when you are 30 is, yeah, you guessed it, not as easy for me as it used to be. And now, Eric's words that he mentioned to me earlier, don't slip. They just came ringing back into my ears. It's almost like he already knew I'd be needing those words, whether figuratively or literally. Both applied. So I slowly got my butt off that ground, and once I was standing, I started to write these words on the now fogged over glass shower. Don't ever lose sight of you. And I ended it by tracing it with a really big heart, as usual. And I just took a minute to stare at it. And I knew in that moment I needed to share this with all of you. Because if I'm here to share at my best, I have to be here to share at my worst too. Life will continue to come at you in new and unexpected ways. So you need to be close to you and to protect you so that you can be the most you-iest you that there is. Because everyone loves that you. And it's okay to be selfish so that one day you can, in turn, be selfless. Take care of you so that you can properly be the you that everyone in your life loves and needs. Take it from me. You don't have to wait to fall on your knees in the shower. You can do it now. Take care of you now. Take the time to get back to where you need to be now. And if you're unsure of who that is, it's time to take some much needed time to yourself to figure it all out. I love you. And don't ever lose sight of you. Pinky promise to do the same. All right, guys, that was today's episode. A little look into my current life and, my practice and being more mindful and taking deep breaths and just being the most me that there is out there. And I'm excited to see what this year has for all of us in store, and I have more exciting things to come. So tune in a couple weeks for the next episode of Cali Chats. All right, guys, I love you. Bye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, rate, review, and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or pretty much anywhere you can listen to a podcast. For more from me and Cali Chats, visit www.calicreates.com, or you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Cali Creates LLC. Thanks, and talk to you guys later. Bye.